Yeah, good afternoon. The chamber right this and access to Justice Advocate Center. All our legal departments, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Comedy Social Day. In our office, Allen Avenue branch, we have a case of domestic Senbanjo, Oluremi, and Rain. Please join us as we have the parties in the house. Good afternoon. Sit probably as loud as this. If you said this, there was a distress call from you on Sunday. You were beaten. There's domestic violence going on in your house. As one Mr. Senbanjo Oluremi was beating you, and that because you had internal injury. Okay, can you briefly tell us what happened? You speak louder because others are watching you and I'm listening to you.
Saturday I came back late from work. So immediately I came back, I was trying to remove my clothes. I just saw him coming. He said, "Where am I coming from?" I said, "I'm coming from work." So he wanted to beat me. I wanted to run out. So he died to
on Saturday was on the 5th
of July.
5th of October. Okay. You got from your place of work and you got home and you were confronted by him. Where were you coming from?
Yeah, he said, "Where am I coming from?" I said, "I'm coming from work." He said, "At this time of the day." I said, "Yes."
As at what time?
That was after 11.
After 11. Okay.
So after then, so the fighting side, he was trying to pull my eyes. So I was trying to cover up. So in the process of beating me, he punched my ear and the blood started coming out.
Blood started coming out from your ear.
Yes.
Where are you living? Which area are you living in Lagos? Akute. Akute is not Lagos. Where do you work?
I work at
Allen Avenue, Keja. Was that the first time you were beaten by him?
That's not the first time.
It's not the first time. Subsequent once what happened? You know where you work?
Yes.
He knows where you are working. Has he ever visited you there for once?
He has come like twice.
Twice. Like what time?
In the morning time.
In the morning time. What do you do for a living? Put your phones on silent, please.
So I'm a hairdresser.
You're a hairdresser.
Yes,
Was that what you were doing before both of you get married?
yes.
He knows that that's what you were doing. That was you were living on before both of you married. Has he for once complained about your kind of work before you married him? When both of you were courting? Has he ever complained? Were you coming home at that point like that kind of the hours when both of you were courting? You're coming home late that same way, and he has never complained. And he never complained about your kind of work you are working as a hairdresser. Okay. The first and the second or the third or the subsequent one that happened before now, did you sustain any injury in that case?
Yes.
Like which area?
My eyes.
Your eyes. So you always target at your eyes. Do you have any picture as related to that?
I have, but the phone is lost, so there's no way I can get the picture.
Have you involved any members of your family?
Yes, I have.
Which of them?
The mother.
The mother of your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was her response?
She settled it between the two of us. I should let it be over.
It should be over. Do you people have kids?
Yes.
How many kids?
3.
3. The oldest one is how many years?
8 years.
8 years. Boy, okay.
Mm.
The second one,
Is boy. 5.
5 years, and the third,
2. Yeah.
okay. Have you ever reported this case in any human rights organization? Either
Not. This is my first time.
have you reported in police station for once? Okay. Mr. Olaide. Okay, I think I'm mixing up the whole thing. You're Senbanjo Olaide. You are Oluremi Leko. Oluremi Leko. Sorry, I'm not a Yoruba, so I can't. I'm just trying my best. Can you dress this chair together so I can capture both of you properly? Thank you. Good. Can you respond to what the allegations are?
I can respond.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
The only problem we are having at home is communal units, which has been in existence for the past years. The only thing that happened that last week was the last born of the home was very sick. She has no strength, which is well known to you. So at the end of the day,
To me, also, huh?
it's well known to her, sorry. So at the end of the day now, I used to tell her, please, I know you do come home late, but you know this girl is not strong enough. Please, come on time. I beg the her. I even called her around 6:30 p.m. in the evening time. To come, you know this girl is not fit. I'm already on my way. Please, you know my time. And can you see the cloud that it's going to be rain? She said she has seen that she will soon catch up with what she was doing in the office. So to my own surprise, she entered into the house around 11 o'clock. And I challenged her, come, didn't I tell you about this girl? Why do you come home so late like this? Are you a mother at all? Do you care for your daughter at all?
Where do you work, sir?
I work at Nigerian Wire Industries.
You heard me telling her to put her phone on silent. You either go out or you put it. Nigerian Wire.
Industry.
You work there as what?
As a purchase manager.
Purchase manager?
Yes.
Where is your office situated?
It's at Obaaka.
Background, that is Ikeja.
Yes.
And you're also living at Akutu. What time do you close?
I close by 4:35.
4:30, 5 in the evening.
Yes.
Then you work on Saturdays?
Not really. It's only when we have work, my boss will ask me to do.
It's alright. Okay, go ahead.
So at the end of the day, I now challenge her. So she was like, she was coming from work where she begged me to go on with me. So I left her.
She challenged you.
I challenged him. I challenged her for coming home late
Yeah.
because of the young girl.
Yeah.
So I just went in. All of a sudden, and she has been used to that. Whenever I approach her or challenge her for coming home late, she will leave the bed and go to the parlor to lie down. That one might take her for 3-4 days. Unless I compose her back. I'll go back to her after 4 or 5 days. Yeah, don't scatter this room now. Why are you behaving like this? Because I talk to you doesn't mean I cannot talk to you. And I shouted at you, it doesn't matter, I'm your husband. Don't you want me to talk? I will talk now, what do you mean? So I will have to canvas her back before the affair is continuous. So this would have really caused this matter was she left me on the bed. She avoided me for like 2 days, which I am used to. So to my own surprise, on Saturday again,
She just came in around after 11. So
The first time you confronted her was which day?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, ma'am.
Wednesday 2nd.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So that on Saturday, I challenged her when she came in. Yeah. Where are you coming from? She said she was coming from here. I said, do you see the time? She said she saw it. What time is it? She just, before nearing her, she started shouting. By this hour of the day, why are you shouting? I can't lie to you. I know it's not biblical and the Lord will never embrace me slapping my wife. So I now give her the slap. So after giving her that slap, my first issue has already awakened. So that one now said, Daddy, please, give her. I just went into the room then and stepped it off. The next day, I called my mom. So thing has happened. This is what's going on. That was on Sunday. So to my own surprise, yesterday morning when I was going to work, I heard her sister just give me a call. She started blasting me on phone. I couldn't make any response. I just kept quiet because I know the consequence of what has happened. So I now reported to my mom again. Look at what this woman has been saying. Can't you call my wife or you come to our place? Or is it because she's a woman now, you need to listen to her, to her own part, without listening to mine? You are judging me. Anyway, don't worry. I now called our younger brother, my uncle. I narrated everything to him.
You call your wife's younger brother?
No, my mother's younger brother.
Okay, which is your uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said I should come to his place when I'm coming from home. And I brought there. I narrated everything that happened to him. Before then, you people have called him, which I told him as well. I received a call from the human rights. And he said I shouldn't bother about that. I should go and honor that call. So far, it has gone to that level. That they know how to iron things out. That I should go there. So I also said, no problem. That was why I called you this morning that I'm on my way to your office. And you should give me the description of my office. That's what I'm getting.
How many times have you brutalized her in that house?
Twice.
This is said to yourself? Twice.
Yes.
Since you people got married, since you are married,
Yes.
you only beat her once, twice.
Twice.
When was that? The first one was which
2
day?
years ago.
2 years ago. And what prompted that?
Sir?
What prompted that?
Okay. I bought meat, which I used to do for her. I bought meat because she always come meat. So I will go to the market and buy meat, ground pepper. Even I will boil the meat before I arrive. So that very period of time, I have boiled the meat, I bought that meat, and I bought it. It was inside the fridge. She rushed out the next day that she had a customer she used to attend to. All of a sudden, they never took off the light. The third day, I went into the fridge. I even asked her, what about the meat I told you I already bought? She said, she has forgotten that when she comes back from work, she prepared the soup. Getting to the freezer, when I opened the freezer, the thing just goes out. I mean the meat, it has already decayed. So that thing got me annoyed. And now as I took the meat to her, can you see what you have caused? Can you see what you have caused? And before then, I've not been eating. She has been depriving me from my right of eating my dinner. I've not been eating at night. Is it somebody that will come back around 11 or 10:30? Is it that time I will be eating? So I've been telling her this thing, but due to the nature of her work, at times I will not complain. I will just leave it off like that. At times I will boil the meat and take some out of it, then drink garri. Then sleep it off till the next day. which I don't used to worry about. But the issue that really triggered the anger was that girl, that my little girl. That you know this girl is not strong. I know I'm wrong for laying my hand on her.
Have you ever gone for psychiatric test?
Myself,
Yeah.
not at all.
Do you drink? Do you drink alcohol? Do you take alcohol?
I drink once in a while.
Do you smoke?
I don't smoke.
Okay. Since both of you married, were you just beaten twice, as he said? Or it's more than that?
It's not like that.
Can you recall
Yes.
when and what happened? The first one happened when and what?
There was a time we traveled, coming back, due to he's not always holding his key. The key is either with me or the children. So I think where he was coming from, he's coming with annoyance. So me on Sunday, I don't go to work on Sunday. I was just lying inside the room on the floor. So that I heard. So my neighbor was now telling me that that's my husband knocking the gate. So I was trying to call my house and don't open the door. Opening the door for the way the girl opened the door for me was just coming inside the street. While I was sleeping. He just looked at me with blue. Then I was pregnant of that small girl. That Esther, I was pregnant. So he just
That was
looked at
2
me.
years ago.
That was 2 years ago. While I was lying down. So many has come up that I cannot, but though that 2 years ago gave me mark. Even my eyes, my hands, the mark.
Just to open gate, just to open door.
I'm not sure because of the door. He said maybe I've done something before he left. So he still had that thing in mind. So coming home, he was coming home with annoyance. So
That was the first one. That was 2 years ago.
it's more than twice, Shabbat.
But each time that occurred, do you always put call to anybody to bear witness?
Yes.
Like who, apart from his mother, who again were you calling?
Could you call my sisters? Because I don't have mother and I don't have I'm an orphan. So my sisters are the only one that I have. I'm the last of the family.
You are the last of the family.
Yes. So my sister that called in yesterday was really annoyed. Because anytime issue happened, my sister would be begging me, I should please, we should settle it, we should not scatter our home. So when I told my sister about what happened on Saturday, my sister was really annoyed. Because I didn't tell her until yesterday morning. That's Monday yesterday. So my sister was really annoyed that why we make it all the time. And make sure we're beating.
As learned as you are, I believe you know the implication of domestic violence, neither an assault on your spouse or any other person. So why have you turned her to your punching bag?
She's never approaching me.
You heard what she said. You've beaten her when she was pregnant.
Maybe she was only trying to punish her. Why would I beat a pregnant woman? For me to lay my hand on an ordinary woman is very difficult for me to do, rather than lay my hand on a pregnant woman. I might have to.
Do you believe there is other alternative way of resolving your issue rather than raising hand on her?
Yes.
So why should you have, why do you find it as an attitude that you must touch her anytime you're
No,
angry?
it is never my attitude. It is never.
You've confirmed that you've beaten her twice.
I confirm to you that.
So if it's not a deliberate or become part of you, you hit someone by mistake, you cannot repeat that after the first time.
Ma, anyway, the only thing I can say about her is nobody is a manager for it was.
If you don't manage your anger will manage you where they'll place you. And that is why I ask you if you have gone for psychiatric test, because there are things when you behave like you are an adult and you don't behave like an adult, you are exposed, you don't behave like an exposed person who have ways of handling such people. if since you have confirmed that you cannot manage your anger, that shows that this cannot stop. You will repeat it again and again, and will not have any option than to take a proper step on how to handle people like you. Did you meet her being a hairdresser?
Yes.
Has she been coming home late when both of you were cutting?
Yes.
Have you for once complained when both of you were cutting?
I've complained, but later on, I lost gas to marry her from who she is. Because I know the nature of her work.
Since you know the nature of her work, why can't you discuss it amicably other than beating her? And another thing, the reason why we will not even take this lightly is this: you are not just beating her, you are not just raising a hand on her, which is an offense. You are also demoralizing the children and bringing your children up in a wrong way where they will become a menace to the society. Because if you have a child of 8 years, as old as you are, a child of 8 years know everything that have to do with evil, right and bad. If you have a child of 5 years, you should know that such child can never forget whatever transpired between you and their mother in their presence. Then talk of the 2 years that is still learning. So for whatever reason, I see no reason that both of you should be raising voice on each other in the presence of the children. Then you are training your children to become violent to the society, because what you train them is what they will become. What kind of training are you giving to your 8-year son that will definitely grow up to become somebody's husband? Automatically you are telling this guy the right way of managing a home is to be brutalizing your wife. Excuse me. What are you talking? Do you know what you are saying? Do you need to sit the child down and say you must be beating your wife while you are beating their mother in their presence? What are you talking?
Ma, I'm sorry, let me just tell you something.
Excuse me, that is what you are doing. And you are equally saying it that your daughter will grow up living with a man that will be beating her. There is nothing wrong about that, because you were beating their mother in their presence. For whatever reason, what you've complained, yes, it's quite annoying that if someone is married, you should be able to manage your home irrespective of the kind of work you are doing. You manage your marriage, try to manage your husband and your children, and try to manage your wife and the kids, but not to the level you are going. Both of you are not young in marriage. If you have a child of 8 years, automatically you've been married for 9 years or 10 years, if not more. If you are too strong and you are being pushed to exchange blow, why not go to the people are being paid as a boxer? If that has turned to be your hobby, excuse me, I will not entertain you interrupting me. Then secondly, if your wife come home late and you don't find it funny, it's not by beating. You know the nature of her work. You are living where you are living. You are living outside Lagos. Both of you are living outside Lagos. You are working in a cage and she's also working in a cage. Where understanding counts. You close earlier than herself. You are not self-employed, she's self-employed. The only time they have customers is weekends. I personally, I don't have time going to salon except weekend. Friday, Saturdays. And the only time they can really generate that money is same weekend. Midweek from Wednesday to Saturday, Sunday. That is where hairdressers, nails, and all this because made their money. So it has to do with understanding. So beating her, constituting nuisance in the compound, letting people understand that you are not man enough to manage your home, that is totally wrong. You have no reason whatsoever to lay your hands on her. Number one, not that she was even challenging you. From your statement, you've not said she challenged you. You said you confronted her. Why are you squeezing? Why are you doing it? What kind of what are you trying to tell me? Am I lying?
Can I talk?
Am I dotting your statement by what I'm saying? So why am I saying that you are just laughing and smiling because as if I am making jokes of or I'm playing?
If she does not make attempt of bullying you, I wouldn't slap her.
How did she bully you?
She's bigger than I am. You know she's bigger than I am.
Bigger than you are how?
Yes.
By size or by age?
Size. By size. She made an attempt of bullying me. That was what happened.
If she made an attempt of bullying you and you have your own way of bullying her, if you think the only alternative of responding to her bullying you is by slapping, then you are close to prison in my office. No responsible man will cover up any excuse that the reason why you beat your wife, you brutalize your wife, or you raise hand on your husband is that the husband is bullying you. As an adult, that you are not 10, you are not 15, you are not 18, you are more than 20, you are above 40, then you don't have way of managing your home. Is that how your dad was beating your mom? So why are you doing that to another person's child? And for crying out loud, she's an orphan. Why are you beating her? Why can't you find another way of resolving your differences in your family rather than beating somebody? Yes, it's quite bad that you have to go to the market, get meat, get cooking stuff, and the whole thing gets rotted in the fridge because she creates no time to prepare the food or whatever. It's bad. But you don't need to respond back or scold her by hitting, because there are a lot of things that is behind hitting. Anything can happen in the course of you hitting hand on anybody outside your wife. She can try to respond back by hitting you. Any of you can slump, and that is the end. Any of you can have indelible mark, and that is the end. Any of you can kill each other. Domestic violence is the worst thing anybody should ever wish to experience. Ask those that have experienced it, and if it's possible to wake those that are already dead, to ask them what prompted that. You will not attempt it, and will have zero tolerance for domestic violence and child abuse. You've done that before. I believe your mother must have talked to you, scolded you, talked to you as a father to people, to kids, and somebody's husband. You find another way of resolving your differences in your family other than raising hand on your wife. It doesn't take good of you. It doesn't give you credibility as a father to your children. The neighbors also see you. There is nobody, no responsible man or woman who ever applaud you beating your wife or beating your husband. Anybody that supported either applaud you for doing that is as good as a bastard. What will you tell the society? That you go to a working place, you have colleagues there that are there, and nobody have walked up to you, I beat up my wife. What would you tell them? That you are having issue, maybe you in the course of hitting her, she slumped. Then you tell your boss, I'm in the hospital. What happened to your wife? I hit her, or I slapped her, or she came late. If your wife is working and you know that her kind of work is taking much of her time, why can't you on your own assist in the domestic work? Because both of you are partners. She's not your girlfriend, she's your wife. You are not her boyfriend. You are her husband. You can equally take care of your kids. It's in Africa here that people think the responsibility of a woman is to take care of their children. It's both parties' responsibility. If your wife is at work and you are the man at home, you take care of your kids. If she's the one that is at home, she take care of the kids. Why you work?
I've been doing that, mother. I've been doing that to the extent of perfect for my children. I'm doing that.
Which is good. They are your children.
Oh my God.
You don't need to cry, but you went too far. Are you with me, Mr. Olaide? You just have to calm down.
You are only diverting the words to me. You are only diverting the words to me.
Listen to me. Hold on. You don't conclude with my judgment. Please don't go there. Don't go there. You don't go there.
She's my wife that I love her.
Listen to me.
To
Anybody that, excuse me,
even
please.
when there is no water, I will go there to fetch water for her.
Excuse me, don't cut me short of my words.
God.
Don't cut me short of my words.
I'm not cutting you short of your words.
Yeah, you just have to exercise patience. I have to tell you first. Do you know why I'm saying this? I am saying this because violence gets involved. If you are reported your office or your wife to this office for inability to take care of her home, we'll have ways of inviting her and equally lecture her on how to manage her home. It's not on one-sided. Are you with me?
I'm with you, madam.
The reason why I will not want you to attend that next time, not only with her, to any other person, could be your siblings, your colleague, or even fellow man. Don't attend that, because if she's not your wife, you attempt to hit somebody, you can be charged for an assault, and in the next second you find yourself in prison, which is totally wrong. Then aside that, you hitting her, you are not building a good relationship, a future relationship. The beginning might be sweet. If the end is not sweet, it's bad, because when both of you are aging, both of you will be nursing what each person have done to each other at a young age. That is always the problem at old age, which I will not encourage you to sow such seeds. And the kids you have there, none of you should ever think that you have that right to be exchanging words in the presence of those children. Not for you people, but the emotional damage you are causing these children, the wrong way of bringing these children up in the society, is what we as a body will not accept. Are you with me?
I'm with you, madam.
Yeah, you don't need to cry. Back to you, madam. I am still going to, I'm not ending this case here, because we are going to open up our call lines that people will call on this issue. But you know, when they say that too much of everything is bad. When you live your life as a single person, there are free lives you live without caution, without advice, without control. That is what they call single life. When you become married and you become a married man or a married woman, there are so many things you do as a single person you can't dare do it in your marriage. Even if you were the one that provide the money for the man to marry you, as a girl, there are so many things you must abandon and give out and form another character, another lifestyle as a married woman. You cannot be married and be single. Can't eat your cake and have it. If you have back out of single life and you are bearing a name married woman, you must portray as one. You must give it out as a married person. And not just married, you have kids. The motherhood behavior towards their children is quite different from their father. You bail them, you give birth to them. You are experiencing some areas where if a child is sick, when you are going for your antenatal lectures or whatever, your husband was not there with you. If the child fell sick, if he or she is growing teeth, if having fever or raising temperature, what you should do, he was not there when they were lecturing you. We thought that when you find out that a child is not feeling fine, you can sacrifice that money you make for that day to take care of your child. And if for whatever reason you think the child is okay health-wise but not too sound, and you decided to risk by going out to work out, try as much as possible to close on time to take care of the child. That makes you more responsible and more different from any other married woman or single girls. You can't be married, your husband is eating food by 11 o'clock. If you say that to anybody, even if you tell me as a married person, I will still see you as one of the irresponsible women. Money is not everything. You may have the money without happiness. You have a daughter already that you are training, you are bringing up. What kind of attitude do you expect the child to emulate from you as a mother or whatever? Okay, your children you have as 8 years. Even if your husband is assisting you by giving them food, bathing them, going to bed, as a mother, aren't you supposed to know that you are supposed to stay with these children, nurture them, take them to bed, that they are to go to bed in your presence? If whoever wants, if you have a standard, I am coming to you to make my hair, and you have a standard, I close 6 o'clock because I'm leaving far. Who is willing? Because hairdressing, nails, you don't go because you want to make, you go to person you know that this person do it best, give you the best. And who wants, like your handwork, will always want to come on time to patronize you when you have a standard. You have a time, you have a program. I close 6 o'clock. If I walk to you, no, Remy, no, I have party tomorrow. Sorry, ma, I cannot do it. I'm living very far. I have kids. I am married. If I go home late, I'll have problem with my husband. I will respect you more that you deny giving me that service because you want to give that respect to your home, to your matrimonial home, to your husband, and you take your children first as your priority, other than satisfy me because you want that money from me. You get what I'm saying? So you are also, you faulted so much in your own aspects. When a man is assisting you, is supporting you morally, financially, or otherwise, don't take that for granted. Irrespective that we know that human rights or whatever exists, that you have a right as a human being, we have culture. African have culture. Let's not bury our culture. Even if the world is turning, we will still be respected for those that even respect the culture, that okay, as an African, I must respect my husband, I must cook for my husband, I must assist my husband to wash his clothes or whatever. That you do that doesn't mean you are a slave. The time aspect of it, aside him telling you don't come back late, there are so many things attached to late hours. Anything can happen to you, God forbid. You going back late, you are not even feeding your children properly. No matter the house help is not their mother. There are little to know what house help can do, offer your children, other than both of you. When you work, you can tell your customer, I'll be closing so time. That doesn't mean he's subjecting you to whatever. It's with understanding. If you are coming even late, oh honey, please, I'm so sorry, please, I did not really, throughout this week, I did not really make money. I just have customer today. Please, can you pardon me? Help me, let me do this. I may come back late today. is with understanding. When you come back late, you did not even allow him to touch you. What is relationship? What is marriage? Then if he scolded you, you started denying him sex. That raised suspicion. Oh, if this person, you are coming late, where are you coming from? Let me just drop the aspect that, okay, where you are coming from is late and your work, whatever. You are self-employed, you may decide to close anytime. Then deny the sex, meaning apparently you have satisfied yourself elsewhere by denying him sex. Otherwise, if you come back late and your husband scolds you, you are coming back late, I will not want you to come back late this late hour again. Even if you come back late tomorrow, approach matters. I am sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry, honey. Please, it's not deliberate. It won't happen again. It's happening in everybody's relationship. If I close here, before I get home, I know it's approaching. I'll be calling my husband. Sir, we'll just close, but there's traffic. Or even yesterday, the same thing. We closed 5 o'clock, but the traffic was much everywhere. I started calling him. I'm just closing from office. And there's serious traffic. When I get to another point again, where there's traffic and I know, I will say, I called him again. There's traffic in this area. There is every possibility that we'll arrive late. And you'll be watching, even so, no problem. Take it easy. I know, whatever, bad road, whatever. And I was still calling until I get to, I am sorry, it was not deliberate. I closed early, but the traffic said, no problem. Why did he take it easy with me? Because I've already shown that concern. I'm coming back late and I was calling him. And I pre-inform him. That make peace at home. You cannot be wife and be husband. And you cannot be wife and be a boss. No matter how little is your husband, how small is your husband, how educated, how illiterate, how rich, how poor, as far as you accept that person as your husband, you must accord that person that respect as your head. Some people manage home. They are the ones catching, they are the one taking care of the house. They are the one providing for the house help, providing for house rent, providing for children, but you will never know. They still respect that person they call husband. But a situation where issues become coming up this way on daily basis, fighting and whatever, I think both of you will place you on course. Are you with me? Will place you on course where you will be lecture in some areas. You will just write out the area of challenges, what you are passing through, what you think is not good, what she's doing, what she's doing, what he's doing, what he's doing. Will cancel you people. And you will find out that there are so many ways of how you will resolve your differences without any raising hand on each other. Your children will feel bad. Yourself will not feel comfortable, and who you hit can never forget that day that you lay hand on him or her. Are you with me? Then when you have issue with your spouse and any members of your family coming, either your mother or your parents, try as much as possible to respect that person. Then outside that, don't encourage any members of your family to raise single word on your spouse, irrespective of the crisis. Such thing break home. Okay, you said he has beaten you uncountable, right? And you are still in that marriage. Yeah, maybe he has beaten you before you have your first child, or after you have your first child, you were there. You have your second child, right? You were beaten before you have the last baby. You were still there, right? He beat you when you were pregnant of the last baby. You are still living there, right? You cannot tell me both of you have not have carnal knowledge of yourself since he beat you. That is what is called marriage. When you begin to expose your affair to your family members, the way they may express it, the way they may reason it, might not be the way you reason it. Your sister will feel bad. Oh, the husband is beating my sister because he knows we have no parents. The way she will react will not be exactly what transpired. You may be have the ability to forgive him because he's your husband and he's the father of your children, but they may not have the mind of doing that. He that is being insulted may not have the mind of standing your sister next time by because of that exchange of words. So it's not always advisable we relating misunderstanding between us and our spouse most times to our family, because it doesn't end so well. They may aggravate, expand, escalate the matter beyond your control. I noticed now that even when you came in, you wanted to see me. You wanted to see me because you know the action I will take. You know the step I will take. Why are you calling back? Why did you want my attention now? You want my attention. You want to call me aside for me not to go extreme. Why? Because he's your husband. You want the crisis managed instead of escalating it. And it's the reason why I penned the call. Otherwise, we'll have different sections when it comes to anything that have to do with domestic violence, child abuse, child brutality. Anybody that have known this office know that we have zero tolerance. We're not citizen mediation. We don't send you to your accused person. We invite the person, listen to the person, how polite, how arrogant, how rude, how sympathetic, how the person being emotional or feel remorse about the issue. But if you feel, oh, I owe the whole world, you have the lawyers to yourself. Our accused person don't have any reason to pay us for our legal service. We will only make sure justice prevails. So, before we go for a final conclusion, our call line this afternoon is 09030002474. The line is open for call. If you have any advice, any contribution towards this case this afternoon, you can put your call across. But please, I would not want anybody to neither make any insultive statement here. If you are calling, please call and give a meaningful contribution. Thank you. Okay, I want to have a chair here for her. I want to ask her one or two questions. Human rights defender and access to justice. Good afternoon. Who is speaking and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm calling from Paris.
You are calling from Paris. Who is speaking?
Yeah, I'm.
We can't hear you, please.
My name is Sunday Chibuzo, reside in Paris, from Enugu State.
Okay, Sunday from Paris. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, okay. I just watched this couple you are talking about. Please, I want you to ask the woman because that woman is very respectful. That man and the man, and I don't think a man is so that woman don't take that man as a husband. She is very respectful and very stubborn. If that man open up more, because the man is hiding many things, please, the woman should come down as a woman. The woman should take the husband whatever or however. Respect your man, because the way to do this and it will be a pain in other man's hand. Now she don't value him because maybe he's looking at him and it's not his type again. The woman must come down as the woman, please. They're looking at everything. That man is dying in his silence. The woman is not helping anything matter. The woman is not helping the matter in the family at all. Please caution her more to come down as a woman. Okay?
All right.
Thank you for everything you have been saying, and I watch everything. I follow up every time. But at least this woman has to come down as a woman, please.
Thank you very much, Chibuzo
Sunday.
Sunday.
Man of the house. Yeah. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chibuzo Sunday from Paris. Thanks for your contribution.
Okay.
The number to call is 09030002474. That is the number to call for your contribution this afternoon. Okay, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
How are you, ma?
I'm fine.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Tomi Ajayi.
Tomi
Mrs. Yomi Ajayi.
Mrs. Yomi Ajayi. Olaide is your younger brother, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you for once heard about these issues they were having?
Not at all. Not at all.
You've not. You're just hearing it for the first
For
time.
the first time in this morning, he called me.
Who called you?
Olaide.
Okay.
When he narrated the matter to me, and I now tell him that I don't want him to go beyond the matter because the woman is so good, but I want her to be submissive. I mean the woman, and the man should not beat the woman again. Because all what they've been dragging is just small case in the sense that number one, the man should not beat. Number two is that I will just call the woman and advise her the way to manage the home, of which you've said before. Because in everything in this life, you have to put God first.
Yeah.
Respect your husband. It's what the Bible said. And the husband too should be the head, which is the head of the house, should know what to do, not to beat the woman. Because when you beat the woman, if she's injured, in future she will not be okay to take care of the children.
Yeah.
And wherever two elephants are fighting, I know that the grass there will suffer for it. That is why I said I will follow them up to anywhere they are going to. I will just beg and plead and tell them that they should please settle the matter and give the right to who is the right is to be given, and the other person should please calm down and not ever in life beat the woman.
Okay. Thank you. I saw you via the CCTV that you were talking to her outside there. Were you begging her or what were you saying there? I saw you and this girl outside.
Thank you. I was, number one, I was begging her in the sense that why can't she call me and even call Mama at home?
Do you have the
Because
same parents with Olaide?
I am the same parent with Olaide.
Okay.
And Mama was expecting Remy to call her. We know that beating is not okay, but when the matter happened, Remy did not call anybody.
Okay, but you heard that she said this is not the first time.
I heard that now.
And but you also heard that she said she have called your mom before. She spoke with him and he still insisted.
I heard this morning, ma.
Okay, so you are not told by your
I
mom.
don't even have anything about them. I thought their marriage is okay. They manage their house perfect okay. I don't know that they are fighting. I was in the church this morning. I didn't saw her in the church. I wanted to call her. I said maybe she's working. You understand? On getting home, I went to Mama to go and say hello to Mama. How was your body because of the rain that was raining? I now saw Olaide's number. What happened? Because he has never called me in to the matter of this. And I said, what happened? I waited and listened to his statement. When he started saying he beat her, I said, no, that one, you're supposed not to do that. You're supposed to call Mama. And even all these things that you are saying, when the matter happened, you didn't inform me. Did you inform our uncle? He said they have been telling in-laws. Of which I don't know. I don't have anything about them. But I used to see their children playing, and even they themselves, they play together. They do everything in order. And the only thing that I was telling him when he was telling me that he had spoken with our brother this morning, I said, this matter, you people are supposed not to open your bomb to family. Because when it ends up in your own mind, the family will not, they'll be looking at you. Even when you buy car now, maybe the woman is in front of the car, they say, see them. They may not be happy. So for all these things, you're supposed to tell us, we will talk to the woman, what she was supposed to do in the house, she will do it. If she said that she will not do, we know who we will call. For me, I will call my pastor. We will talk to her because we are going to the same church together. But for beating, me, I don't tolerate it.
But is she a rude person to the family?
Of course.
To to the family?
The woman is good.
Good or rude?
Good.
Because
Very
I
good.
say rude.
No, okay.
When I say
She's
rude.
not rude at all. At all. Even everybody, even if Mama is here this morning, she will testify to it. Even I can call Mama's number. But the only thing is that being late to the house, I've not been informed in my life. I don't even have anything about this matter before. Because she's good.
Sorry. Mr. Olaide, aside this complaint of her coming late, do you have any other thing that is bothering you? Not at all.
She's supposed to
You don't need to cry. You don't need to cry now. This does not warrant crying. You understand me?
No, you don't know how I feel.
And I don't want them to do that.
You don't need to cry. Okay? You don't need to cry. Madam, apart from this particular issue of maybe beating hand or raising hand on you, do you have any other thing that is bothering you? Eh? You sure?
The only issue I have with him is that I can't stand it. I don't have any issue with him. Anything we have, we don't have any issue apart from, yesterday when I was writing that, I told you the only issue is I come back late. It's even in that way.
But is there any way you can manage that time?
Yeah, the issue is that it's not all the time. That's why I'm having issue with him. It's not all the time. Even when I come back, I make sure I do all my things. To cook, I will cook till 12 or to 1.
But it's
Even
not
if
good.
he does not eat that food that night, in the morning, the first thing I walk in, what I do, I know he's upset. I know, as a woman, I did not eat yesterday night. Because once it's late.
Do you always have things in the fridge? Do you always have soup and stew in the fridge?
Yes, we have soup. There's no time. It's just because we have issues like last week. I stopped cooking. I was all right.
Why would you have to do that?
Because I know he will not eat it. I know
But
he will not eat it.
if you will not eat it and you are the one that offended him, why not cook and beg him? Why not cook and beg him? My dear, let me just tell you, there is no perfect marriage anyway. No perfect marriage. What makes you perfect and a dignified woman is that you are able to manage your home and stay there. The only thing that will make you responsible among married women in quotes is that you are able to manage your home and stay there. Anybody, any man, any woman that comes out to preach to you, including pastors and imam, everybody have issues, misunderstanding in their marriage. The ability to make peace and keep your home is what matters a lot. If you leave this marriage and go to another marriage, you may not know the attitude of the next person. And that is why we will learn to manage and nurture the one we have. That is the only thing that makes you that woman of dignity. A woman different from any other woman. Yes, when we talk about violence, is not at all. You should not come into misunderstanding is certain. That misunderstanding can come up anytime, any day. But if you are looking at it that there will be no misunderstanding, then you are no more existing. The issue of you coming that hour of the day, make adjustment to it. Are you with me? Make adjustment to it. It's not good for you as a married woman. It's not good for you as an individual, and it's not good for you as a mother. It is better you encourage your customer to patronize you early hours than keeping that late. For the benefit of peace in your home and a good training to your children. Like, how many times do you go home late in a week?
It's not, you see, it's not all the time that I come to work very early. Sometimes I leave home like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, then 1. because I need to make food for the children. Like now when I was coming, I need to drop their lunch bag in school. And I'll let them go in the morning. We'll be the one to drop them in the morning. And I drop their food in school. Then the afternoon, I need to prepare what they will eat. So I have to do those things before I leave the house. Sometimes I leave work. I get to work sometimes to 1. So that things I normally come late. So in the morning, I try to do some other things, to put things in order before I leave the house. So if I'm having a customer, I don't normally fix my work in the morning. Because, somebody that came home like 8 or 9, you need to make sure there are things in the house for the children to eat.
Okay, in this case, since coming home late is the problem, then you leave early and come back early. Are you with me? Since coming home late is the problem.
So you see what caused this one? It's not as if I'm the one that I was talking about that my daughter that day. I don't know what happened on this island. Everywhere was blocked. And once I tell him that, immediately he called me around past, I said I'm on my way. And which God is my witness. I was on my way that day because I know as a mother. On Sunday, I come to work on that Monday, I knew what I saw before I slept because I know she was running television. He gave me money to go to pharmacy. Even when the money was not again, I had more money to buy antibiotics and everything. So by using that drug, I noticed she has found that. I called the school. We always accuse me, like, did you even call them? He said, I've called them in the school. Even before they leave the school, I will call the auntie. Are they leaving and say yes, okay. When they get home again, there's food. And like people are told, say they are told, have you eaten? Yes. Okay, relax and watch TV if there's light. Because we don't normally run generator for them if there's no light. If there's light, they should use only NEPA.
That is if people are not at home.
If we are not at home, we don't encourage them to run the generator. As when we are at home, that's when we run the generator.
But it's not also good for both of you not to be at home while only children are the 8 years. Even if we discover that both of you are leaving children of that age all alone, it's still problem for both of you.
He comes earlier than I do. He comes earlier. Sometimes he will be at home by 4. Depending on how they are demanding. He comes earlier.
I want us to resolve this issue as family instead of taking it up to or involving police or whatever. There will have to be an agreement. Since you know that there is no any other issue aside maybe fighting you or beating you, that can be addressed.
Okay, ma'am, before you address that issue, this house that we just got in, we just rented the house. When they sold the house we are presently living before, I told them, since we already have issue of coming back on it, why don't you let us come outside and buy work? Because sometimes if I even leave at home 9, I won't get here until 11. As a living, I put it at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I will not get to 11. It's either to 11 or past 11.
In the morning.
That's coming out to work.
Yeah.
So I called him that time. Since they sold this house, let's look out for outside.
Close to your people's working place.
I said, thank God you work in a Ikeja. I work in Olaide. Let's move to Oluremi.
Yeah.
At least if it's even expensive.
Yeah, people can plan it. Sorry. Human rights defender and access to justice. Good afternoon. Who is speaking and where are you calling from, please? Hello? Sorry, we can't hear you. Can you call back or you speak louder? You're calling from New York. The name, please. Simia.
Killian, I'm calling from New York.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to appreciate the effort of yours. Most times we have a problem at home. Even here in the US, it's all the same thing. It's everywhere. Of which all parents, fathers and mothers should know that things are not being equal now. I have seen even the remorse of the woman, and I say the parents of the man. All I got to tell the woman is that we should try to understand the husband very well. He's the kind of person that has that mind. Doesn't like trouble, not suffering, but he's a bad person. He don't like trouble. So, I mean, publicly, I appreciate what you're doing, and they have to get home and then talk to themselves. But if they don't talk to, both of them talk to themselves, that's not anyone, that they need the settlement is not coming. Both of them just be getting tired, talk to themselves, and how they can solve their problem. But it's everywhere, it's everywhere. Every family them outside you, even the most greater there, have our own problem. If the husband is still there and the husband is, I mean, like that, everyone has problems. Every family has problems. So with the situation in the whole world now, everyone got to take it easy because I know sometimes money can't be a problem. That's it. Thank you. I appreciate what you're doing. It's good, madam.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
Thanks for your contribution. That is Simeon from New York. Thank you very much for your contribution, sir. God bless you. Our number to call is 0903-024-74 is our call line this afternoon. If you have any meaningful contribution, encouraging of the couples, please you can put your call across. Thank you very much. Okay, you were saying you were complaining about the distance.
Yes.
That you people ought to have relocated from that area. What was his response?
He said he does not want to leave that area. So I told him that if you don't want to leave that area, this issue of coming on it will still happen. Like yesterday, I left Harlem past 6. I left immediately. I finished the last person I was doing. Like after 5, if you get to my working place, you can go and ask people. They'll say, what's always pursuing you? I'm going home. But at the end of the day, I'll be at the bus stop. There's no move, there's no bus. People that I left, they will still come and meet me at that bus stop to God was me. Sometimes I will have to pass through back.
That's what my husband said. Today I said, I am closing early. 3 o'clock, I'm leaving. He said, even if you leave early, people you left will still meet you on the road. So you will close your normal time and be coming.
So this is what I've been facing. To God was me. There's nothing you will say I will not answer you. Ask him. Not that kind of person that when you say here, I will say, no, I don't do that. I know, even that Saturday that I went home late, I went home purposely late. Because people that left my working place, they had to come back. But they said, no road. They said, once they said, go to the bus stop, standing for hours. And when you now get the bus, you get it at a very high price.
So when the traffic subsides,
then
road will be free
going.
and you will not get home the same time with those that left early
that's
again.
what is going on. And this, I even told his mom that, please let me talk to you. Let's look for a house very close. Either I know or Joti.
Yeah.
The same amount, fine, house might be cheaper in Aputi. I'm not saying it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Everybody know the cost.
Yeah, but both of you can work it out.
We can work it out as a family. Let's work it out. These children will change their school.
Yeah.
We'll get better schools. This is what I've been fighting with him. Since he said no, I just left him. I said, okay.
Mr. Olaide, why did you, sorry, human rights defender and access to justice, good afternoon. Who is speaking and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Chicago. That they are concerned and I appeal to the women because I know the struggle of we women that want things to work for the family and go out of our way to provide. So do the men too, but I just want to appeal to the women that anything that will have caused these domestic troubles in the house, you should please forgive your husband and let it pass by. And the man too, no matter how pressed he is, don't put up his defense by beating the woman or anything of such. The economy is everywhere, even here in America. I left Nigeria to fend for the kids, left my husband in Nigeria so that the kids can get education. We were okay, but we left because things were not going the right way we wanted. And we were feeling we were unable to look at it, fighting to English. America. Now my husband has put up another woman in the house. We live together. So it's a lot of stress and trouble for the marriages. The people that are still together, just try and salvage it together. Please, it's not easy to do that. It's not easy. I can see the change in that woman's eyes. And the man too, I know you want to live up to the expectation. Like your wife said, that you should move closer to maybe the place, to an average area where both of you can go to work with peace. That's very important. If you are to
And she does.
Okay, but why?
But due to the children's school, the first one is a fight now. So I have to tell her to cool down. Just calm down for this boy. If it's a boy that I bought a common entrance book for that was last week. That he's about to do his common entrance. Let him be out of that primary school. So that he can easily move on. At least by that time he would have grown up a little bit to control the junior ones. But not now.
Let me tell you, that is not that reason is not good. It's not best. It's not.
It's
not
money, everything. Man,
Hold
I know
on.
my pocket.
Is she not supportive financially?
She's a supportive wife.
Good. Hold on. When somebody raise
An idea.
an idea, before you begin to object to it, both of you have to discuss it. The modality, what it will cost, then she that suggested it will now work towards, okay, if you object, this is my reason, this is my reason. This is the cost. She's self-employed, you are a salary earner.
Yes, ma'am.
This is what I am earning, and this is what I think I will be able to part. And considering the fact that this boy is schooling and whatever this cost this was, how do we work it out? Then you cannot listen to her. If there is any way both of you can liaise together to work it out, because one, let me tell you one thing, we don't really know, except you can only stand on living in a distance like that if you are the owner of that building. But if you are living in a rented apartment, that reason is not reason enough to keep you anywhere. If you consider the stress you enter on daily basis, if you consider the transport you spend on daily, if you calculate it, it's as good as you paying higher in apartment that is close to your place. You close early or you close late, you are getting the money. If you close early, you rest your head, you have enough rest that increase your longevity. And you close late, you still have a close distance to get to your house on time, and you still rest well, and that keep peace. So if you are checking the transfer cost or whatever, you people ought to have done that at the new intake section of children. If they are finished and the child is going to the next class or promotion, you just write to the school authority, we want a transfer of the child because we have relocated or we are relocating. Is the letter. And before, you don't need to pay for somebody to transfer your child to another place. What if the child is going out of Nigeria? Would you release the child? What you need is the result of the child. Then the school you are enrolling the child into, you don't need to pay when the school authority, the former school authority, give you the release paper of that child and the report card of the child from section 1 to 2 or 3 where the child is due for another class. Then the next is to put the child on test. If the child is qualified to be enrolled into class 3, since he or she is being promoted to the class 3 from his or her previous school. Otherwise, they will discuss with you parents. If this child is not performing well, we are like demoting the child or returning the child to class 2 for a better performance. That is the only thing, because we have so many children who've moved from one school to another school and that. Then if you are considering the transport you will be paying from here to Akute, if you are to check transport, there is no how do you spend less than 500 naira in a day? You don't spend more than 500 naira in a day. Whereas if you are living in Oregu, it does not cost you more than 50 naira to go to your working place. At most 100 naira. Going and coming 200 naira or 100 naira. Which save money, save stress, save trouble, save save every other thing.
Everything has its own time. I'm working towards that. She brought a very good idea, very lovely one, which I embraced. But I gave her reasons because of my pocket.
But did she object it? So I mean, being supportive in her idea.
We dialogued together before we could go ahead of renting another house. We dialogued together, we sat together, we sat each other together. We discussed together. She's a friend, she's my wife, she's my sister. She knows that. But the little problem that used to come, she can't manage it. She cannot manage it from the 30s. To God who has made me, she knows I'm a bully right from my beginning. We grew up in the same jurisdiction. But she changed my life. She composed my life. When I mean compose, you want to know what I'm saying now. She composed my life, which I shown 100% love to her. I don't womanize. I don't sleep outside. I don't smoke. I don't drink anyhow. The only problem we have is coming in late.
Do you club?
I don't. A cousin of mine has a club close to my house, which I've been fighting me several times, that I have never for once clubbed with him over the night.
Okay, in your case, I did not see much issue in this matter. It's just understanding, and it's a little misunderstanding. If both of you want, as now that you know the country is very hard, you understand that. Have you for once suspect your wife if there's any infidelity in your relationship? Do you see her to be what, the wayward housewife?
Never she is.
Okay, if you think she's not a wayward type, you are just considering the fact that she come late and you don't eat on time. I will appeal to both of you to work it out. Since you've noticed, so you are now giving her that kudos that she has tried in your life. She's supportive, she's encouraging, and she composed you in another. When you say somebody compose me, it's always a positive this. You cannot compose person in a bad way.
Yes.
Right. You also have to put that into consideration. Now that the distance is much, the economy is hard, that we're all looking for one or two things to add together to earn a living. And you know what is what? If she lose one customer today, she will not have the customer tomorrow. The business, what she does is a competitive work. She's self-employed. If you don't attend to your customer, you don't treat your customer nicely, next time they find somewhere else. She's not over perfect. She's not 1,000,000% in her field of work. You put that into consideration. If she cook down that there is soup or stew in the fridge, assist her as a husband, as a good husband you've been, that she also testified to. Please, if she's coming home late, since it's not every day, any day she tend to come back late and she called you, please show the understanding to make whatever you can eat at that moment. Please, if pending when both of you were arranged to relocate to a closer place to your place of work.
But I will be doing that. I will even ask her, do you want to eat eba? I will make eba for her. Ask her, do you want to eat eba? I will warm the soup, prepare my own eba, then at home I will put it inside the cooler for her.
Please don't derail from what you have started. Please. Since you are not suspecting her and she's not the type
Tell
of
her
thing,
not to divert me. She has been diverting me already.
is it not the coming late?
It's the coming late, brother.
That is what we want to appeal to both of you now, to work it out. I've told her now.
Can work that out. You will not be there with us. You will only give us piece of advice.
Yes.
You will not be there with us. It is now left for both of us to manage ourselves, to understand ourselves.
And the reason why we are not coming in now, because both of you cannot manage each other. If you are able to manage, this matter would have escalated. Are you with me here? You wanted to say something?
Please, in addition to what he has been saying,
Yes, sir.
what is inside in my brother's mind? Because me and old mommy, we sat down this morning and looked after all these things. We know that there is a little mistakes of which the wife have done. She's a good woman, even a good product, good housewife. But my brother is thinking otherwise.
That
Maybe the woman is having another this, but I trust Remi.
No.
She does not have mind and time for such things. Remi is a good product and of a woman of which supposed to be in the house. That's why I'm coming. If not so, ask them. I don't have time. I don't just want two of them to think otherwise because their family is okay. I don't want them to scatter everything because of the children. They should understand each other. What he's thinking as a man is in his own mind. I have husband also.
Yeah, because
it's just that he's late to the home. He thought he's having another, of which Remi can never.
that is, I know. I just said it now. You don't, when you are having issue in your marriage,
Yes,
especially if you are the one that they are suspecting, you don't give room for such suspicion. You are coming back late on the stage. Denying the sex is another topic. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Denying your spouse sex is another topic.
Yes.
That gives room for such suspicion. If she's coming back late, oh, I'm sorry, I'm seeing the salon, I'm on my way with this and that, and we're just talking, hearing traffic, hold up, on, and everything, and you are communicating, you can still call, call your wife, baby, where are you now? Is the traffic that much? I have a friend that when we're coming, if we come from school, and traffic is much, the husband come to bus stop to wait for her to pick her. Such understanding can come up between both of you. And when both of you leave us, you close early, thank God you close early. If both of you were, are to close late, what will become the children? How will they grow up without both of you?
Please, ma, in addition to what I've been saying, I don't say that she should continue that because I will not back her because she's a wife. But see, she did a little things of which I myself am a woman in the house. As she is dignity woman to us and to the husband, she did a little, and I can say she did it more in the sense that she got an house help.
You see?
That one will not help us because I don't want the family to scatter. But see, I want her to be submissive in the sense that whenever she's coming home, she should please call Olaide. That is what makes Olaide to have anger on her. You understand, ma? So that is the only things that I can just say.
No problem. We'll work that. We'll not just end the case like that.
Thank you, ma.
It's somebody that I'm still going to place on a probation and talk to her and advise her. One thing is for you to resolve a case. Another thing is for you to counsel someone on what the person don't know about. You on your own as a man, you are not perfect. There are people also that you can go into that they will also tell you what to do to manage your home. For when it comes, I don't vote for anybody, and I think I've also know her where she makes me and whatever. We'll go there to make this, and I know among all, she's one of the most decent among all, both men and women. Two people that can say these two people are decent in that place is your wife and Matthew. Because I go there to make my nails and my hair. The place is not far from our office. Are you with me? So if you have any other motive behind, erase it. If you don't have any other motive, if you set up anybody, oh, monitor my wife, you say that the time she leaves out, she comes here. Once she leaves there, she comes to your house. But when it comes to stubbornness, so she's stubborn. Are you not stubborn?
She's stubborn.
She's stubborn. That I know. And she's also respectful. If you respect yourself, she give it to you. If you prove otherwise, she will give it to you. She's two ways. So I would want you don't derail. If you've ever trusted her, stand on that. Don't disabuse your mind the way she is. And she has ever trusted you, she should stand on it. None of you should bring any other thoughts there in order not to destroy the home. Are you with me? The issue of that coming late, try. Let not just say, okay, it's not impossible. It's very possible. The days you know you don't work, you don't have much work, go back early. The days you know there are choked of work, call him and plead to him. You are coming back home. Even while you are still on the road, they call him. If he's suspecting you and he disabuses his mind, he will not have any room to suspect you. And when you have misunderstanding and your husband wants to reconcile with you via sex, don't deny him. That is one of the things that kill relationship at most. Some men don't have no idea, so I am sorry. The only way they want to tell I'm sorry is by playing with you to reconcile through that. But if you begin to avoid this, this person you have no girlfriend, you don't have any other boyfriend. You are just living together. If you are not satisfying yourself elsewhere, why must you deny me at home? Then it looks suspicious. Are you with me? Then to solve the problem finally, both of you have to work towards it. Just like I told you, that excuse you give is not genuine, not genuine. It's not strong enough for you people not to relocate. The financial support or aspect of it, she's willing to support. So both of you should draft it and come to a round table. Yes, work towards that to avoid all these issues. This issue shouldn't be something that will warrant this level. You are with me? Then you will have to sign in this office. Never. When I say never, till eternity, no matter how tense you are, if you don't know what to do, call us. Don't raise your hand on her again. The last one should be the first or the second and should be the last. If you don't have other way of settling your matter, just step out of the house for a moment.
I will do according to you. Yes.
Not according to my will.
That was what you
That was the one you are bound to do.
Yes.
Okay. I will do
It's a
according-
must.
If you not agree, if you don't do it, you
Yes.
take it to where we are taking it.
Yes.
I see something.
You have to agree.
Because any man that beats wife
Yes.
is something wrong with
Remy is not
him.
somebody that you can get
Are you getting what I'm saying?
I'm getting
Yeah.
it.
When you are beating your wife, no matter how angry you are, you have to comport yourself.
Yeah.
See, hear what they are saying now.
Yes.
If you refuse to listen to what they are saying, it means something is happening somewhere. And we should take you there. Let's
There's nothing
examine
happening.
you. And by the time we take you
There's
there,
nothing happening to me.
until this
I'm very
professional
okay, sir.
tell us nothing happened to you.
I'm very
And
okay,
it
sir.
is
I'm
true.
very
What I'm
okay.
trying to tell you, hello, Mr. Olaide, the person that is speaking to you is a senior police officer. Are you with me?
I'm
And
here because of
he's here because of you. And we always let people understand. We don't beg people to make peace. If you want peace, we offer you peace.
yes.
If you want otherwise, we offer you. One, the reason why I am saying this way, I've told you earlier that we have zero tolerance for domestic violence and child abuse. And I've asked you, have you been tested at psychiatric hospital before? You said no. Do you drink? You said no. Do you smoke? Whatever. There are some you are testified to. If you are an adult, once you've attained the age of 18 and above, you should be able to know how to control your emotion. Then when you become a full adult and you want to give excuse while you are raising hand on somebody, something is wrong somewhere. If it is not spiritual, then we'll test whether your brain is
whether
okay. You are
okay.
mentally sound.
Yes.
So if I'm talking to you on how to manage your home, and you want to say it to me that you do according to my will as if you don't see it reasonable to you, then we need to check.
Ever since, madam, I've been with you ever since. I cherish what you were saying. I cherish all, and I've taken to your advice. It's not late for me.
So that one is mandatory. It's mandatory that you will sign never to touch her again for life. That is only because it's just here. We don't even talk much. When it comes like that, we extract your statement. The next thing will hand over you people to them. Then they'll go and run the test. But because your sister is involved, I am talking to you, and you are giving reason and equally crying, and that is the reason why I said, and your wife has already started talking, calling. I refuse to talk to her because she don't want it to that extent. But not you coming up to say, okay, no, if you want to do according to my wish, as if I'm forcing it on you.
You can never force me to do that. I will do that. I know my right. I will do that.
If you know your right, you know her right.
She has right too.
I know she has right.
The right now is that you are not supposed to touch her.
Yes.
So if you are claiming your own right, where you are right, where you are right.
She's also not. She's not supposed to come home late. She's not supposed to drive me off my way.
Hold on, no. Let me tell you. Yes, like you are still challenging my authority.
I never will lie. Never will lie.
I always try to do my best. But if my best is not enough, I will do otherwise. Yeah. If you are telling me because she comes back late is the reason you beat her and you still have right to beat her, I will tell you have no right. Marriage is more or less like a contract. It's we back home that value it. If you go to the Western world, you guys are just partner.
Yes.
As an adult, she will choose how to live her life. If you are not comfortable, you depart.
Yes.
So if we are encouraging her to behave as a mother and as a wife, to accord due respect, that doesn't mean she don't have her rights. Liberty to her movement. If you are living with somebody and the person say, no, I cannot come back this time. This is the time I'm coming back. You cannot beat her. I am not comfortable with your movement. Can we separate? Simple. And notice that you still want her, she still wants you. We are not trying to reconcile the differences and both of you to live together. You are now saying you should not come back late. For that reason, if she come back late, you touch her again. You will go to prison. Then we'll do the necessary.
Sorry,
so no, please don't tell me that. She's working, you are working, and the distance is much. Somebody leaving Lagos going to Ogun State, is he here? And at what time do you think she should close from here and be coming to Akute, Ogun State, and she will get home early? Put things under consideration. If her coming home that period is not comfortable by you, is the reason why I'm giving you another option. You people should work it out to relocate. Since both of you are working this place, you can relocate to a self-contained close to this place. You have your life good. Why must you be giving me that kind of condition that she must come back early? If you have customer, are you the one taking all the responsibility at home?
Yes, sir.
They're the one taking all the responsibility at home. So there is no way she's contributing to the house. If she's supporting, then you are not the one taking all the responsibility.
She's supporting. I told you earlier on that she's a supportive wife.
Meaning you are not the one taking all the responsibility. She's also taking the responsibility.
We are both taking it.
Yeah, that shows that you are not the only one. So the area she is supporting, you allow her to do her work, then both of you will work it out.
No problem. I apologize all you say, brother.
So you can't be doing in my office as if what you are doing is right. What you did is already wrong. And you are now encouraging. You have already talked to her. I blame her area where she should be good and cover up her own responsibility as a wife and a mother. Not you to come and tell me she come back. She should not be coming back late. Is it every day? Have you ever taken off? Have you ever stayed in the house have an off day?
I don't come out on Sundays and time.
You don't come back on Sunday. Come out on Sundays. While others come out to work on Sundays.
Yes, sir.
Do you want her to be coming out on Sundays?
No.
Mr. Olaide. I'm asking you.
Well, you will go to church on Sunday now. So
I will go to church also come out on Sunday.
There's no reason of coming to work on Sunday.
If you don't come to
We
work
are
on
on
Sunday.
relaxation day.
What if she choose not to relax?
That is left for her.
No, you will see bitter now for coming out of Sunday.
I'm not a bully to that extent, madam. Don't let that paint me when I'm not.
You've already testified to that now.
If she doesn't make attempt of bullying me, I won't slap her. I'm still getting it. She made an attempt.
So if she bully you again, why are you going to slap her?
No.
Never will I do so, but please, let me tell her not to bully me again. That's all.
You should talk like the adult you are. Don't talk like one of the street boys. When you talk like the adult, the man, father you are.
She is the one that bring him home. This man that you are looking at.
Bring him on how?
You need to forget about that. That is what he was telling you before.
No matter anyhow.
So
If they are rehabilitated to your brain, is supposed to be working normal. It's alright. Undertake. Never to early to avoid further misunderstanding. Why both of them work it out to relocate out of the place to a convenient place where both of them can work and take care of the two children properly.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you, ma'am.
Okay, Has, thank you very much for your contribution all the way from America, Italy, Chicago, and so on. Thank you, Sunday Chibuzo from Paris. Thank you, Mr. or Miss Simeon from New York, and Tommy Lola from Chicago. Thank you for your meaningful contribution. God bless you mightily for all that you have done today. The couples will be having giving us undertaking, which will bind both of them henceforth to avoid any form of domestic violence. Aside even hitting on each other, you know that it's not a good way of bringing up children that they have in their midst by exchanging words, using foul languages against each other in the presence of these children, and neither beating either of them in the presence of the children. We'll try as much as possible to take good laws from our society, and parents that have one should please desist from training their own children to become criminals in the society that we're working hard to eradicate from our country. Thank you very much. God bless you and have a wonderful day.